The Dominican Republic, a Caribbean nation, occupies the eastern two-thirds of Hispaniola. Hispaniola is an island it shares with Haiti. The Dominican Republic is known for its beautiful beaches and resorts. But it also has a rich history. The Dominican Republic is home to the first cathedral, hospital, and university in the Americas. These were all founded in the 16th century. The Dominican Republic's history is a blend of indigenous cultures, European colonialism, and African influences. This mix has created a unique and vibrant society. The island's history is full of stories of conquest, resilience, and cultural fusion. Before the arrival of Europeans, the island of Hispaniola was inhabited by the Taino people. They were the original inhabitants of this lush and fertile land, living in harmony with nature, and developing a unique culture that thrived for centuries. The Taino were an Arawak-speaking people. Their language, rich in oral traditions, was a vital part of their identity and helped preserve their history and customs through generations. They had a complex social structure and a rich culture. Their society was organized into different classes, with chiefs known as caciques leading the communities and ensuring the well-being of their people. They were skilled farmers, fishermen, and artisans. The Taino cultivated the land with expertise, fished the abundant waters, and created intricate crafts that were both functional and beautiful. The Taino lived in villages called ukayeks. These villages were well-planned and included communal spaces where people gathered for social and religious activities. They grew crops such as cassava, maize, and sweet potatoes. These staple foods were essential to their diet and were cultivated using advanced agricultural techniques. The Taino were also skilled weavers and potters. They produced textiles and pottery that were not only practical, but also artistically significant, reflecting their deep connection to their environment. They created beautiful ceramics and textiles. These items were often decorated with intricate designs and symbols that held cultural and spiritual significance. They had a deep spiritual connection to nature. The Taino believed that all elements of the natural world were interconnected and imbued with spiritual essence. They believed in a supreme being called Yukahu. Yukahu was considered the god of cassava, the main crop of the Taino, and was revered as a protector and provider. They also believed in spirits called zemis. These spirits were represented by carved figures and were thought to inhabit natural objects like stones and trees, playing a crucial role in their spiritual practices. The arrival of Europeans in the 15th century had a devastating impact on the Taino. The encounter led to significant cultural disruption, loss of life, and the eventual decline of their once thriving society. In 1492, Christopher Columbus landed on the island of Hispaniola. This event marked a significant turning point in world history. He claimed the island for Spain, initiating a wave of European exploration and colonization. Columbus's arrival marked the beginning of a new era for the island and its people. The indigenous Taino people, who had lived there for centuries, were profoundly affected. The Spanish established settlements and began to exploit the island's resources. They built towns, forts, and missions, transforming the landscape. They forced the Taino people into slavery, compelling them to work in mines and plantations under brutal conditions. The Taino population was decimated by European diseases, forced labor, and violence. Smallpox, measles, and other illnesses to which they had no immunity spread rapidly. Within a few decades of Columbus's arrival, the Taino population had been drastically reduced. Entire communities vanished and their culture was nearly erased. The Spanish brought enslaved Africans to the island to replace the dwindling Taino workforce. This began a tragic chapter of human history. This marked the beginning of the African diaspora in the Americas. The cultural and demographic landscape of the Caribbean was forever changed. Under Spanish rule. The Dominican Republic spent over 3 centuries under Spanish rule. The Spanish established a colonial system that exploited the island's resources. Sugarcane became a major crop. Large plantations were established. The Spanish brought in enslaved Africans to work on these plantations. Colonial society was hierarchical. Spanish-born colonists held the most power. They were followed by Creoles, people of Spanish descent born in the colonies. Africans and people of mixed race occupied the lowest rung of the social ladder. The Catholic Church played a significant role in colonial society. It influenced education, culture, and daily life. The fight for freedom. The desire for independence grew stronger in the 19th century. Inspired by the Haitian Revolution and other independence movements, Dominicans fought for their freedom. In 1821, a group of Dominicans, led by José Núñez de Cáceres, declared independence from Spain. However, this independence was short-lived. Haiti, which had gained its independence from France in 1804, occupied the Dominican Republic just a year later. The Haitian occupation lasted for 22 years. It was a period of social and political upheaval. A shared island divided histories. The Dominican Republic finally gained its independence from Haiti in 1844. The Dominican Republic and Haiti share the island of Hispaniola, but their histories and cultures have diverged significantly. The Dominican Republic developed a strong sense of national identity. This identity was rooted in its Spanish colonial past and its Catholic heritage. The Dominican Republic faced numerous challenges in the decades following independence. Political instability, economic struggles, and foreign interventions marked much of the 19th century. The country also grappled with defining its relationship with its larger, more powerful neighbor, Haiti. The Dominican Republic in the 20th century. The 20th century was a period of significant change for the Dominican Republic. This era saw the country transform in many ways, both socially and politically. The Dominican Republic, like many nations, faced numerous challenges and opportunities during this time. The country experienced both progress and turmoil. On one hand, there were advancements in infrastructure and education. On the other hand, political instability and social unrest were common. The early part of the century was marked by U.S. intervention. This intervention had a profound impact on the country's development and its relationship with the United States. The United States occupied the Dominican Republic from 1916 to 1924. This period was characterized by significant changes in the country's political landscape. In 1930, Rafael Trujillo came to power. His rise to power marked the beginning of a new era in Dominican history. He ruled the Dominican Republic with an iron fist for over 3 decades. Trujillo's regime was known for its authoritarian nature and strict control over the country. The Trujillo era was characterized by repression, human rights abuses, and corruption. Many Dominicans suffered under his rule, and dissent was not tolerated. Trujillo's assassination in 1961 marked the beginning of a transition to democracy. This event was a turning point in the country's history, leading to significant political changes. The Dominican Republic has made significant progress in recent decades. The country has seen improvements in infrastructure, healthcare, and education. It has become a popular tourist destination. The beautiful beaches, vibrant culture, and rich history attract millions of visitors each year. It has also seen economic growth. The economy has diversified, and there have been efforts to improve the business environment. However, challenges remain, including poverty, inequality, and corruption. These issues continue to affect many Dominicans, and addressing them is crucial for the country's future. Today, many Dominicans do not view Christopher Columbus as a hero, but a tyrant who caused the death of millions of their ancestors, the Taino Indians. And now, you know.